high school football game of the week post-game show is brought to you by the Pittsburgh Sports Report, Pittsburgh's premier sports publication. Visit them on the web at pittsburghsportsreport.com. What a finish here tonight. Aliquippa rallies, comes from 14 down to win it 22-14. Tim Benz is on the sideline with head coach Mike Smianek of the Quips.
Well, Coach Smianek, I don't know if you saw the hockey game last night, but I feel like I just watched it again. You guys didn't have much early, but boy, did you have it late, and you came back.
It's very typical of my players. You know, they get a while to get rolling, and our kids did a great job of coming back. That's one of the great comebacks in our history.
Take me through the field position game a little bit there in the fourth quarter, the back-to-back punts and how that set up the eventual touchdown run.
And it really did. You know, they punted our ball down to our 1 yard line. We knocked it out, I don't know how far, and we're able to get a good punt off. So that changed the whole field position. You're exactly right, and it changed the game.
How much did it help you when the elements relented at halftime?
Well, it helped me a lot because I was cold as heck. So I don't know how much it helped my team.
How about the job that was done by their backup quarterback to lead that drive down to the red zone? I mean, as an opposing coach.
No, he's a really good thrower, man. He throws the ball very, very well. You know, and he did a great job. He was hitting guys on the nose. Did a great, especially at 3rd and 17 he had from his own, I don't know where they were, 10, 15 yard line. Did a great job.
And lastly, when it comes to the way that you guys were able to advance the ball down the field for a couple drives after halftime, I know we spoke going into halftime about the momentum that may have carried over. You're a little upset that you didn't get the 2-point conversion, but you cashed in on the second one, and that seemed to be the difference to get the score even, so you weren't chasing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That was the difference. You know, if we're 14-14, then everybody is, you know, not playing so crazy out there. You know, if we're down, we have to do some things a little bit differently, certainly.
Well, Coach Smianek, congratulations on the comeback, and have a good trip back.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, that trip will take about 5 minutes or so to get back into downtown Aliquippa. By the way, Mike Smianek did not play organized football.
Right.
He did not play organized football, but supposedly he's a playground legend as far as hoops is concerned. They say back in the 60s, he could hold his own against the Simi Hills and the Norm Van Leers and even the Connie Hawkins League in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Back in the day as a hooper. He also won a state championship as a basketball coach. He's the only one ever to win a PIAA championship in both football and basketball. Enough said about Coach Smianek. Let's talk about our player, and right now Tim has him on the sideline as well.
It's Davion Jones, and you talk about guys who held their own. How about him tonight? And how about the touchdown run? Can you take me through that play, the one that puts you over the top?
Well, you know, as we say, we probably got one of the best lines in the Whitfield. Xavier Fisher, Dejor Fisher, Kenneth Rainey. And, you know, they just kept pounding. And then they told me that there was a crease in the defense. So, you know, we kept pounding, and I seen the crease, and I'm going.
How about the confidence that was shown by your coach in your offensive line and that run game, in the sense that you didn't have a lot of traction early, but you just kept going to it?
Oh, we can't get down. We're up. We got a bunch of leaders on the team, Quantel Raines, Tariq Jones, and, you know, we just keep fighting.
Meanwhile, the job that was done defensively to allow you guys to stay in it, yes, they got up by 2 touchdowns, but it never got too far away where you couldn't catch up.
You know, no game never too far. We just fight to the end. I mean, it's a great team, and we knew it was going to be a football game, but we couldn't play.
I noticed you guys coming out from the locker room at halftime. There was a lot of emotion, a lot of energy. It seems like that touchdown you got with 4 seconds left was certainly big to allow you guys to carry a good vibe coming into the third quarter.
Well, you know, for the seniors, we're ready, you know, and we don't really verse Central Valley, so it's nice to come out and show the other teams what we're about too.
If you didn't have your gloves on, would you have been biting your fingernails there at the end of the game, how tense that got?
Man, I love it, man. I love the intensity. I love how close the game was, but, you know, we just keep fighting. We pulled away.
And lastly, maybe some buried statistical yardage here, but boy, did it help you guys with the back-to-back punts, the swing of field position to allow you to get in position to get that touchdown run.
Yeah, we did good.
Special teams certainly helps me. You just kind of lose track of that sometimes in the analysis.
Yeah, Mary Perry got the dude down here, and they set us up with amazing field goal, with amazing I'm looking for the word. I'm tired.
You ran yourself tired. That's fine though, because it was definitely a worthwhile run, and certainly a good comeback by your team.
Yeah, we're past this game. This game's over. We're just preparing for next week now.
Congratulations on being the player of the game, Davion.
Thank you.
Fellas, back up to you.
All right, Tim, thank you. Davion Jones ran himself tired here tonight, and tell you what, he is our Pittsburgh Sports Report player of the game. And now it's time to check out our Best of the Batch Foundation play of the game, and I can only imagine what play that was. Oh, yes, number 29, Davion Jones. And look at him go. 33 yards for the touchdown, and that was the game winner here tonight. They get the 2-point conversion on top of it. 22-14. Aliquippa comes from 14 down to win.
We said it as it happened, and certainly after the game right now, you heard him say that my guys told me there was a crease. And obviously, when you have a team as quick and as well based with the run game as Aliquippa, you've got to go sideline to sideline. So stretching it is an invaluable thing. But when there's a crease and that kid made that cut, like right now, that's what made the difference on the play, and that was extremely well done by the guys up front. Great communication, and obviously great execution by the kid.
Tim, I want to underline your point about field position and how it flipped tonight and really changed the course of this game around.
Yeah, you know, working the Steeler beat quite a bit. That's been a talking point in some of their positive games this year. They've gotten actual contributions from their punter, Jordan Berry, and boy, has that helped them in that regard, and you saw it tonight. Sometimes when you just look at the highlights, you don't kind of go back in time to see how it was set up. But I thought that was a huge moment when Central Valley got the big punt. But as Ellis was talking about, and Chris, you brought it up too, they gave themselves just enough room to get away from the goal line to swing field position back, and maybe it's not the right inch field position back. How about that? And then when you bounce the punt out in a retaliation, when you get the ball back in seed possession, it just worked out very well for Aliquippa in the end.
Just some final thoughts. Old-fashioned football here tonight in Beaver County. Old-fashioned Aliquippa football is they just plow through Central Valley, and 22-14 the final score here tonight.
In that fourth quarter, when that drive started at the 1-yard line, there were 4 first downs, and they were able on that 3rd and 2, the very first down, barely make it, but it gave them the room and it created the opportunity ultimately that we've been talking about. When Coach Z says that may be one of the best comebacks in our history,
and that's a detailed history.
I'm listening, okay? Yeah. 200 wins faster than anybody else in the WPIL. We're talking about 8 straight WPIL title games. We're talking about winning 87 of the last 95, and he just said that was one of the best comebacks. I'm not so sure there's much to talk about. That run game looked great. The courage looked even better.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for watching a great game with us tonight. And we want to thank you at home for taking this one in, too. What a rally by the Aliquippa Quips. Down 14-0 to Central Valley early. They get on the board with 4 seconds left in the first half and come back and score 22 unanswered to win this one, 22-14. We want to thank you watching statewide on the Pennsylvania Cable Network, PCN, Pennsylvania's championship network tonight. For our entire Viewpoint Production Services crew, Tim Benz, who had to put up with the weather on the sidelines, Ellis Cannon, working with me, and along with Mark Fisher here in the booth keeping stats for us, I'm Chris Shovlin. Thank you so much for watching here tonight. Don't forget, those of you who have Xfinity cable on Comcast here in the Pittsburgh region, you can watch it over and over again. Just go to Xfinity On Demand and Channel 1 and look for high school sports. Aliquippa wins it, coming from behind tonight, 22-14 over Central Valley in the Beaver Valley Conference.